Hi, I'm Caroline Bateman, and in a previous video, I showed you when I would use this solution, and now I'm going to show you how. And I'm specifically going to look at the Read Now functionality. Now, the great news is you don't have to download or install anything. You just need to go on the internet and go to rnibbookshare.org. So now I'm on Google Chrome and you can see the web address here, and we sign in by clicking the login, and I have a fictitious student account here, if I'm on my home computer I would say remember me, so I wouldn't have to sign in or input this information every time. And it automatically brings me in here to my home page, and it tells me the most recent books that I've looked at. And we can see here that I've looked at An Inspector Calls York Notes and the play An Inspector Calls. I want to emphasize now, I am using RNIB Bookshare to look at a particular example for English Literature GCSE, but you can use it for any book, be they a primary school book or a postgraduate book. And if they don't have the book that you need, you can request it, and RNIB will approach the publishers on your behalf. So without further ado, I'm going to go and show you the York Notes for An Inspector Calls. And I'm going to press Read Now. And again, there's no need to download anything. It just takes a few seconds and it takes me to the last place that I was reading. So it's created a bookmark. If I don't want to go to the last place I was reading, there is a table of contents. And because this is online, I can use this functionality, which isn't RNIB Bookshare, but if I press Control and F at the same time, it brings up this window. And this window allows me to put in any search term. So I'm going to say symbolism, because that's what we were talking about. And we see that it finds it here in the contents and here in the book. So this is exactly where I want to be, because this is what we were studying in class. Now I've found the exact place I'm looking for, which is much quicker to do electronically than flicking through a book. I'm going to close that search window so I no longer have this highlighted. And I'm going to show you how you can have this book read for you. You will notice that the page layout is not exactly the same as that in the textbook, but the content is, and that's what's important, because you can have the entire content read to you. And you do that by pressing this speaker.
Language device, symbolism. What is symbolism?
And you stop by pressing the same. And you saw that as the words were read, it actually highlighted each word, and that's excellent because it draws your attention to the words rather than spacing out in front of a monitor. Now, I'm not going to try to show you all the functionality of RNIB because they have created their own very good, incredibly helpful videos, but I will show you where to find them. But while I'm here, I'm just going to give you a quick look at the settings so you can see what is available. And I've got the default font face, but I can use Open Dyslexic, which for some dyslexics makes a huge difference. I can change the font, I can make it bigger or smaller as required. I flicked off. I can change the background, and visual stress can be caused by, for some people, by having the black text on a white background. So we could actually reverse it and have white text on a black background, but I'm going to go for a nice sand background. This beeline functionality eases reading, and yet I think it is more useful for those with sight impairments. I can decide how I'm going to scroll or have it, as in a page mode, but I'm going to keep it in scrolling because I find the search functionality works better when I'm scrolling. I can decide the margins, how slow or fast the text to speech is, and I can change the voice if I choose to. So any voices that you have loaded on your computer, say if you've bought some, you can use them here. And when I save that, it will save it straight away. And the next time I come in, it will have kept those settings. I mentioned in my earlier video that I was incredibly impressed with these York Notes. And one of the reasons for that is that they've supplied this study guide in a format where I can use this Read Now functionality. And other books come in PDF format. And in a future video, I will show you how to access books in a PDF format. So that's one reason I'm very impressed with York Notes. But the other is at the front of the hard copy book, it tells you about resources that you can buy. But York Notes have included them here. So I've gone back into the table of contents by pressing this option here. And I see here that there are video tutorials. Now, I think this is absolutely amazing for anyone that is print disabled. And I've actually started it already to save time. So I'm going to press play and start watching this video that has been created by a English teacher, Emma Simpson.
An Inspector Calls is a skillfully controlled and highly dramatic play which prompts both the audience and the characters to think about our place in society and the links between us. It follows the Burling family and Gerald through one evening in which they are all shown to have a critical part in their...
Now, I think that is excellent. As a dyslexic myself, I would find it so much easier to listen to the teacher explaining rather than having to wade through a book. So the combination of the text to speech, of the detail of the textbook, plus these videos, and there's more than one, to better explain, I would find far more engaging. And for that reason, I really want to give York Notes a huge shout out. When you've finished with your book and you just want to go back to RNIB Bookshare, you click the icon on the top left, and that will take me back into my homepage. And while I'm here, I wanted to show you where you can find the great videos that RNIB have already created. So we click Help Center, and then we scroll down and How-To Guides and Films. And here we see there are lots of videos that are incredibly helpful. And I think it's worth reiterating here that all this incredible helpful functionality is free. They will source the soft copy textbooks for you. They give you a means of reading this textbook for using text to speech. In this instance, they've provided incredibly helpful videos of the book, but RNIB have incredibly helpful videos to help anybody read or access any material on the site. Before I finish, I just want to let you know that in order to get this totally free service, you do need to apply for an account. And this can take a few days to be authorized. You'll not be able to access any electronic books until your account is authorized. And you will need an email address for your organization, because this functionality is limited to educational organizations. This is because publishers are giving away very valuable information and they want to protect their investment and ensure it only goes to students that are print disabled. I want to reassure you that if a book isn't available, RNIB will request it from the publishers on your behalf. And also to say that not all books are supplied in the format where you can read them now without downloading anything. But in another video, I will show you what to do with books that are in a PDF format and how to best access them. And in yet another video, I will show you how to take information from these electronic textbooks and turn them into really helpful revision material. I hope you agree with me that this is incredibly helpful functionality and that you will help me get the word out there. It is sad that this is so underutilized. So if you're a school, please apply for an account. You have absolutely nothing to lose by doing so. If you're a parent, then let your school know about it. Show them this video. Get them to apply for an account. I really hope that as a result of this, many more children can reap the benefits. I look forward to showing you more in future videos.